The Toronto Marlies getting together for a little hockey this morning at Ricoh Coliseum as they get ready next Saturday for their Eastern Conference final. 2 games, Saturday and Sunday, both at 4 o'clock. An opponent yet to be determined, but it will either be the Lehigh Valley Phantoms or the Charlotte Checkers, who went to 5 overtimes to solve the last game, putting Lehigh Valley up 3-1 in the series. Well, and for the first time in recent memory, no Kyle Dubas at skate today for the Toronto Marlies. Must have been up to other things. The Toronto Marlies, of course, happy for Kyle Dubas, named general manager of the entire organization, the Toronto Maple Leafs. And certainly the Marlies know Kyle Dubas well, but only one man knows him better than nearly everybody else, Sheldon Keefe, who has worked for Kyle Dubas while he was with Sault Ste. Marie. He turned that program around, came here to the Toronto Marlies. 2 54-win seasons in the playoffs every single year, and this past season the team setting a mark on the road for victories. And a lot of the organization and a lot of the culture that exists around the Toronto Marlies is due to Kyle Dubas.
Well, it's great. You know what? You know how hard Kyle's worked, not just in his time that I've known him, but much longer than that. He's got a lot of experience in the game. He's been doing it ever since he was a young kid, and I know it's a dream come true for him to have this opportunity.
When you think back of how much work he puts in, what are you looking back on?
Well, I just know that Kyle's a guy that has a tireless work ethic. You know, he watches more hockey, both live and on video, than anyone I've ever met or ever been around. And further to that, he's just the research and stuff that he does behind the scenes to whether it's to create cultures or learn the psychology of the game or psychology of the players and the different staff and personnel we have around. All the different things that he does, I think, give him the tools that he needs to be able to take on a job like this. And he's ready, and he's done a terrific job for us. It's been a privilege to be able to work under him for not just here, but obviously it's Sault Ste. Marie as well. And as you're saying, I think it's also a tribute to Brendan Shanahan and the support that he's given to the Toronto Marlies and the development system, the development model. And I think Kyle is a piece of that as well.
He often gets painted as the analytics guy. How incomplete a picture is that?
Yeah, it certainly is a piece of who he is, but as I said, I never met anyone that watches hockey as much as he does at all leagues all across the world. He's constantly reviewing, watching, and filing reports, and but further to that, just the way that he gets to know his people, the way that he works with people, it's second to none.
Do you think the NHL officials are ready for the tweets of Grandma Doobie?
That's going to be very interesting. I don't know, but I get a kick out of the passion that Grandma Doobie has, and I think, if anything, what it is a tribute to the way Kyle was raised and the passion for hockey that's in the Dubas family. It's pretty obvious.
And you have to know that Kyle's entire family just excited for Kyle Dubas, as he has put in his time. Lots of people talk about the analytics and talk about being a hockey man. I don't know anybody that could be more of a hockey man than a guy who started out at 11 years old as a stick boy for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds and then worked his way in to be the general manager of that club. Just an amazing story as Kyle Dubas, the general manager now of your Toronto Maple Leafs. The Marlies setting up for 2 games next weekend, Saturday and Sunday at 4 o'clock. Opponent yet to be determined, but those games will be on Leafs Nation Network. But you'll want to be here right at Ricoh Coliseum. 416-597-PUCK, marlies.ca. That's where you start to put yourself in a seat here at Ricoh Coliseum.